Hi YouTubers, this is Nico. I'm here at my dad's place. You might actually, I don't know if you can hear it. My grandma's playing her tango right now, so I'm gonna apologize if you can hear it and it kind of starts annoying you. But that aside, I just got finished yesterday with making pommels, or as most people know them, I call them pommels. A lot of people in my gym call them pommels, but it's more commonly known as hand balancing canes, or that kind of thing, or just canes. And so I thought that I would share with you guys how I made them. I didn't make them myself, actually. My grandpa helped me a lot because he's been like doing woodwork and like all that stuff like since he was 10, and this was like back in the 20s or whatever, so like he's really good at it. I was really happy with it. I got all the supplies at pretty much at Home Depot, except we had to go back to Ace Hardware to get a another nipple, is what they call the pipes. The pipes are called nipples. I don't know why. Because the other one we got was the threaded part was too wide, so that the flange wouldn't screw in all the way. Anyways, enough of that. I'll get to showing you. Let me just show them to you now, okay? Yeah. So tilt this down. There. I think that's enough. So those are my hand balancing canes. They're pretty awesome. I can't do it in here because the ceiling is too low. So that's kind of what they look like from far away. So I'm gonna grab the camera now and I can show you from close up what we're working with. So as you can see, there's a few things going on here. The first are these two. I don't know if you can tell, you see that thing in the center? That's because we got two round wooden kind of platformy things. I don't know, I think they were about 2 feet, 2.5 feet or something in diameter, and they're 2 inches thick, or no, they're an inch thick. So we got two of them so that they would be so that it would be a total thickness of 2 inches. And the other reason was because this wood is really soft, and which means that it would probably be better and would give you a sturdier balance surface if you had to. So what we did to attach the first step was to attach these together. The first thing we did was we took the, notice how the grain is going this way on this piece of wood, and on the other side it's going this way. My grandpa made the point that you want them to go in opposite directions, the grain of the wood of the two pieces, so that if one splinters, the other one can keep the other one in place until you can fix it or whatever. So the first step was we took the one that we thought was like more ugly, or the one that we didn't want on top, and we marked we just took a bunch of places and marked where we wanted to put nails. As you can see, we put a lot. How many did we put? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So it's 22. I think I might have missed one, but it's around 22 nails. We started by putting one in the center here, and then we kind of worked down to make sure that it was even. And once we marked the nails, we took some all-purpose Elmer's glue, not the kind that you use like when you're like a little kid or whatever to for art projects, but we took the kind that's meant for like bigger things like that architects might use to create their models, aka me, because I'm a student. And we just put a lot of glue in a big fat spiral on the inside of it, and then we glued the two pieces together. And then once the glue was there, we started screwing in the nails. You can see them right there. Where's my finger? Where's my finger? There it is. They're really tiny. So what we did to get the nails in, oh, and FYI, the nails are, I think they were 2-inch nails that we used for these. About 2-inch to 1.5-inch nails. I think it was 2 inches. But I feel like, no, I think it was, yeah, it was like No, it was 1 3/4 inches, I think is what it was. And what we did is for the nails to go in easier, my grandfather took a drill to create the holes, and then from there we screwed the nails in. That way they would go in easier and we would know where we wanted to put them. So that's how we put those nails in, and then once we did that, we had to start figuring out where we wanted to place the flanges. And these are the flanges, these things right here, these round things. And it's important to make sure you get the right flanges, because if they're not the same width as the pipe, then you're screwed. And for mine, they were 3/4 inches, and we got a thicker one. We got a thicker version. I wanted thinner, but we decided to get thicker because I weigh a little bit more. And we didn't want to get something that could potentially make me kill myself. And was strong enough to support my weight. So the next step was to decide where we wanted to put them, and the first thing we did was determine the width of these two flanges, and it was obvious that what we were going to do was to put them about shoulder width apart, and so it came out to about 13 inches or something for me, but it'll be different for someone else if you want to make these. And then what we did was we just made sure that they were about an even amount of space away from the edges of the platform, and that results in about 3.5 to 4 inches. And once we placed those there, we did the third pommel and kind of just centered it. The third pommel is really just as kind of a cheating way for me to be able to get up easier, but the good thing is that these can be unscrewed from the base and then also from underneath, which I'll show you in a second. So, first things first, what we did was we screwed in, before screwing in the flanges, what we did was we took some liquid nail and applied it. We traced a circle of the flange and where the holes that the screws were going to be, and then we placed some liquid nail around that, within that area. And then once after squeezing on the liquid nail, we screwed the holes in we screwed the screws in the same way we did the ones at the bottom, where we created holes for them and then we put them in. So that's pretty much what we did for these three. And just the thing to watch out for is to make sure to screw all four in like decently. Don't tighten them right away, but screw all four of them in and then go back and then tighten them as much as you want. And the other thing to make sure you do is to make sure you buy flanges that are as flat as possible, because some of them aren't completely flat, so that when you put them on a flat surface, they kind of move like that, you know? So that's something to watch out for. After putting these flanges in, we decided to work on the part that my hand's going to go on. I guess those are the canes or whatever. And we were reading online how to make them, and they were saying that they had to be at least 8 inches, and these are 6 inches. 8 inches would probably reach to about here, which seems kind of unnecessary because no one has hands that big. I mean, maybe you do, but not many people do. So I did 6 inches, and it was a normal piece of 2x4, and as you can see, we kind of softened up the edges. Maybe you can't see it that well. We softened up the edges so that my fingers wouldn't like get cut, pretty much. I still have to sand it though because the surface is kind of funky. And then, okay, well then I'm gonna unscrew this so that you can see it better. So hold on a second.